Hello and welcome to Gaia's Temple. I want to begin by acknowledging that I am on the unceded ancestral lands of the First Peoples of Seattle, the Duwamish people, past and present, and I honor with gratitude those people and the land. If you are looking to find your loving center and to hold strong in that love, if you are striving to be one of the people on this precious planet whose actions, thoughts, and actions and desires are for the highest good of all, then you have come to the right place. I am Reverend Judith Laxer, and I'm so honored that you've chosen to spend an hour or so of your time here with me and this loving community in Gaia's Temple. We have a few short announcements for you given by our board president, Reverend Karina Frenzel. Thanks, Karina.
Thanks, Reverend Judith, and good afternoon, everyone. So, announcements for our upcoming events that we have for Gaia's Temple. The first one is, now that summer is here, I'm going to be holding my plant walk on Saturday, July 23rd from 10 to noon at Discovery Park. If you ever want to learn about the green allies that live in our neighborhood, please come check it out and join me as we meet them for this lovely plant walk. We're going to be meeting at the south parking lot of Discovery Park. All the details are on our website, www.gaistemple.org, and you can also register there for this event. The next Sabbath is Lunasa, which is coming up on Saturday, July 30th from 7 to 9. I can't believe that autumn is just around the corner, but there it is. We are still looking for ritualists. So if you want to help us co-create this beautiful ritual together, please join us and let me know. Our planning meeting is going to be on Tuesday, July 19th from 7 to 9. And we'd love to have you join us to co-create this ritual for our community. And again, that Sabbath proper itself is on Saturday, July 30th from 7 to 9. And again, you can register on our website, www.gaiastemple.org. And we are going to be holding it Zoom. So even if you're not in town, you can come and join us for this lovely Sabbath ritual. Lastly, if you watch us on YouTube and you like what you see, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like us. And we'll also have fellowship afterwards. So if you want to chat and mingle and meet everybody else in the community, please feel free to stay for that afterwards. All right, back to you, Reverend Judith.
Thank you. And I don't know if Tama is here, to our resident naturopath, and she's on our board of directors, usually gives a COVID report, but I don't think she has arrived. So we're going to skip over that. She gives us a COVID report in part to sort of flesh out and explain why we are still meeting virtually instead of getting together in person, but we are still meeting virtually and we are not yet getting together in person. So that's the short of it with this new variant and all that's going on. We are really hoping that toward the fall, we might be getting back together again in person, but we are gauging it month by month, and we will certainly let you know. All right, so we always start our service with a song, and today that is going to be led by the beautiful Pamela Gerke.
All right, this song is by Sarah Dan Jones, and it's called Meditation on Breathing. And the words are, when I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. So leave your mic on mute and sing along with me when you catch on to it. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. One more time. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. Such a simple chant, so beautiful and so applicable for what we're going to be delving into today. So, next step in our service is to create our sacred space a little bit more formally. And so I'll ask, if you will, to close your eyes, go within, and let's take that nice deep breath. We're going to be doing that a lot in this service today. Nice, deep, slow, comfortable breath. And on the exhale, just take a moment and call all the pieces and parts of you to come home. So any part of you that is distracted by anything in this very distracting life you're living, any part of you projected into the future or stuck somewhere in your past, and gently ask yourself to come home so that you can be here now. And from that place of presence, breathe deeply once more. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, begin to ground yourself to the earth by imagining that a line of energy extends from the base of your spine, going straight downward, down through your chair, down through the floor, down through the foundation of the building, or if you're already outdoors, straight down into our Mother Earth. And feel how she opens to receive you. And send your taproot down deep and deeper and even more deeply, dropping down into the earth until it gets as deep as it needs to go. And from there, send out smaller little branches, reaching out, taking hold, connecting to the mycelium that goes everywhere under the earth. And breathe life into those roots. And then start to drink the energy up in through those roots. Imagine now that they are porous and you can drink that energy in. And know that what you are drinking in is the unconditional love of our Mother Earth, her nourishment, her sustenance, her strength, her beauty, her diversity, all that gorgeousness. Drink all of that up into the main taproot. Keep drawing it up, up, up. When it gets there, let it transfer over into your spine and keep drawing it up until she arrives there in your heart. And when the energy of Mother Earth arrives there, take another deep breath, make room for her, and let her rest there. Oh, it feels so good to hold us and to hold her in your heart. So leaving her there, now look to the moon. The moon in the heavens is waxing. She's almost toward fullness. She'll be full on Wednesday. Today she is in Sagittarius, that fiery, strong, beautiful energy. So draw that fiery, passionate moon down and imagine her silvery light pouring down onto you and into you. Take her in through your crown and feel as she enters into your body, bringing her healing and her strength, her mystery and her beauty. And feel as she enters all the way down until she too finds her way into your heart. And when she arrives once more, breathe deeply to make more room. And then leaving the earth and the moon there, look to the heavens once more and find the sun. He is in Cancer. Loving, warming, so welcome here in the Pacific Northwest. We've had a very cold, long spring, and it does feel like summer is finally here. Pour that radiant light down onto you and into you, golden and warming, healing and strong, and bring him into your heart as well. So that now we have the earth, the moon, and the sun held in each of our hearts. And in a moment, I'm going to ask us to take a deep breath together. And this time when we exhale, imagine that you can push these three cosmic energies straight forward from your body and first let them circle all around you as an individual. Let's do that now. Deep breath. And out it goes. So we cast a little mini circle around ourselves. Good. And then we're going to take another deep breath in a moment. And this time when we exhale, imagine that this energy ripples out, outward, outward, outward to include every single one of us who is here at this meeting now, listening on the podcast later, watching on the YouTube channel. This is energy, can go dimensionally beyond time and space. And so here we go. Deep breath. And out it goes. In this way, we say we have stepped between the worlds. What is between the worlds is not affected by the worlds, but can heal and transform. And so we say, our circle is cast in perfect love and perfect trust. Blessed be. And now Pam is going to lead us in singing in the elements and in reading the invocation.
To the north, in the element earth. Spirits of the earth, carry me. Spirits of the earth, carry me home. Spirits of the earth, carry me home to my heart. To the east, in the element air. Spirits of the air, carry me. Spirits of the air, carry me home. Spirits of the air, carry me home to my heart. To the south, the element fire. Spirits of the fire, carry me. Spirits of the fire, carry me home. Spirits of the fire, carry me home to my heart. To the west, and the element water. Spirits of the water, carry me. Spirits of the water, carry me home. Spirits of the water, carry me home to my heart. And to the center space, all that is above and all that is below. Blessed be. And you can join in with me in speaking the invocation with your mics on mute. Beautiful Gaia, the precious grounded being of earth, be with us. Great Goddess, who is the very breath of life, be with us. Abundant Mother, who breathed us all into existence, be with us. Today we bring our consciousness to our breath, be with us. We deepen and expand our ability to breathe. Be with us. In troubled times, we remember to breathe. Be with us. And we lift our hearts in gratitude for every breath we take. Be with us. We gather on this fine day to be in your presence. Be with us. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Pam. Well, my friends, the recent Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade is devastating. The first time SCOTUS has ever rescinded a right in the history of its existence. It will state a new law, it will proclaim that something is unlawful, but it has never reneged on any of that. It's the first time a right has been taken away. So disturbing to be regressing in this country in this way. It's such an example of patriarchy enforcing its viewpoint, a very narrow viewpoint that is exclusive, not inclusive. And it does what institutions and systems have evolved to do, protect its own power, and rather than serve the people of a democracy. Judges, especially those on the Supreme Court, ought to remain unbiased in order to truly serve. I know I'm not saying anything here that we don't already know, and I am preaching to the choir. It is so disturbing, I'm going to continue doing it. It is so disturbing to be hijacked by a religion that is not our own, a religion we don't subscribe to legislate religion in a country that was supposedly founded on the separation of church and state. It is frustrating and infuriating and unjust and devastating and just simply not right to once again take away the right of women to choose what happens to them, to have sovereignty taken away that they should have over their own bodies, over our own bodies and what happens to us. We need to be supporting women's autonomy, just as we need to be supporting the Earth's autonomy, and for the same reason, for the health of the planet. Yet it seems like every day we learn about another patriarchal policy and practice that overrides reason and does just the opposite. Now, to those of us who are not in the 1% that benefits from these kinds of decisions, and those benefits, we all know, are so short-sighted. They are very short-lived and short-sighted. Those of us who do not benefit from these kind of decisions are incredulous that this sort of thing is still going on after all this time. It is so disheartening. It feels like another hit when we're already doing our best just to cope with the times in which we live. It can easily take the wind out of one's sails. And sometimes I feel just like what the beautiful Teresa Taduri is going to express to us in the song that she will sing for us now.
Go on now, I'll catch up to you later. Go on without me. I've got my canteen, I got my percolator. I'm fine, don't worry about me. I've been in the air, I've been in the wild, and I know my way around. I'd rather take my chances out here than to try my luck in town. 'Cause it seems all my boys are gone, and it feels like I just don't belong. We used to throw our bedrolls on the ground and trust the earth to hold us. We were amazed to hear she spins around. That is what the elders told us. If you listen, the desert sang at night, and the moon would be winking. Every star had been put up there just right. You could almost hear God thinking. Now it seems all my boys are gone, and it feels like I just don't belong. I had a pony, I loved her so much, she loved me, I just knew it. It's so fenced in where we used to run, and I just cannot undo it. Whole dang country seems strange to me, full of malls and shopping carts. We've paved over the valleys, we've paved over the forests, we've paved right over our hearts. Now it seems all my boys are gone, and it feels like I just don't belong. Running crazy like a train off its track, I'm I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Killing people in places like Iraq. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I did not come here to harm anyone. It's a garden I came to plant seeds. Look here, Jesus, it's all overrun. Who will help pull these weeds? 'Cause it seems all my boys have gone, and it feels like I just don't belong. Go on now, I'll catch up to you later. Go on without me. Go on without me. Go on without me.
I'm putting an applause reaction on that. Thank you so much, Teresa. Gorgeous song. So beautiful. And I know we can all relate. If this is your first time attending Gaia's Temple, first, welcome. And then you also need to know that this year we have been exploring the principles of Valerie Kaur's Revolutionary Love. I was so inspired when I found it last autumn and I took the course to activate Revolutionary Love that I decided that it would be the theme for my teachings this year. And each month we have studied a different principle sort of in succession. And Valerie uses the labor of a mother giving birth as the metaphor in her teachings on how to create a new and just and healthy culture and world, one that is transformed into one that upholds justice and love. And that metaphor is so beautifully aligned with the divine feminine that it seems so perfect for this particular congregation. And if you are watching or listening, that's what you are a part of now. My congregation. You might not know that, but you're already a part of my congregation. So we're going to sing the song that our beautiful Oriole Lighton wrote for us. And Mari, go ahead and put that up there. It's called the So Love Chant. We're singing it each month. Well, that's the compass, but we want the lyrics to So Love. Mari. There we go. We're going to want to change that up. We're going to sing the So Love song first. And a lot of you have sung this with me already. But if you haven't, I think you'll pretty much be able to pick it up pretty quickly. And we'll get those lyrics up. There we go. All right, so it goes like this. Sing along with me. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are part of the solution, so we love, so I love. And we stir the revolution, so we love, so I love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We see mothers, we see brothers, so we love, so I love, and I tend myself and others, so we love, so I love. They are takers and heartbreakers, still we love, so I love. Dare to wonder what lies under, so we love, so I love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are part of the solution, so we love, so I love, and we stir the revolution, so we love, so I love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We see mothers, we see brothers, so we love, so I love. And I tend myself and others, so we love, so I love. They are takers and heartbreakers, so we love, so I love. Dare to wonder what lies under, so we love, so I love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. We are sowing, we are growing, we bestow love. All right, now we can put that slide up of the compass. Sorry, Maria. We'll put that up there now. And as I said, each month we've been delving into each one of the principles of revolutionary love. And this next one is breathe. So let's see that compass one more time. Okay, so we notice that the compass is in 3 sections. And the first one, you'll see in the outer ring, is we're learning how to love others and then opponents and then ourselves. And we started by learning to love others. And the principle, the overarching principle in that first third was to see no stranger. And the actions or the principles that we learned, and in many cases redefined, were wonder, grieve, and fight. Then we moved on to the second third, which is learning to love our opponents. And we do that by tending the wound. And again, we looked at the principles of, and in many ways redefined, rage, listen, and reimagine. This month, we are entering into the third of the compass. This is learning to love ourselves. And the overarching principle, or in this case, the underpinning, is breathe and push. And today, we are exploring the principle of breathe. Then we will go on to push and then transition. So today, we are looking at breathe. Thanks for that compass, Maury. Now, Valerie reminds us again and again that revolutionary love is practiced in community. And I found it so inspiring. And like with most times when I'm inspired, or when most of us are, we want to just go out there and do everything, be the one. But revolutionary love is practiced in community. And I think we've seen, as we go deeper and deeper on this compass or around this compass and look at the ways that revolutionary love is activated, we can see at any given time, we might be either ready or not ready, able or unable to implement any of these practices. So that's why it's so wonderful that we're hopefully doing it in community, because if I can't do something, somebody else can. If they can do something, if they can't do something, perhaps I can. if we do not feel healed enough ourselves, if we don't feel safe enough to love our opponents, for example, that is just fine. Just the aspiration to learn to love our opponents, for example, is revolutionary enough. It makes room in our hearts to see our opponents as human beings and helps us trust that there will be others who are healed enough and safe enough to do what we are unable to do. Now, this is not just saying, oh, I'm not ready, I'm, a way to shirk responsibility or to step out when we could step in. That's not what I mean to say. But what I do mean to say is that by trusting in community, that if I'm too fragile for something or I'm unable to do something, but I know there's someone else who can, that's community building, because that trust is like the underpinning in community. And that is a beautiful thing. And in this country and in this world that is so divided and fractured, trusting the underpinnings of community is a revolutionary act. We should do what we can do. We should stretch ourselves a little out of our comfort zone to contribute to the changes that we want to see, but only if we are safe enough to feel that we can do that and take that action. Tending the wound of our opponent, Valerie says, is not the sacrifice of one individual. It is the practice of community, which ensures longevity, right? Like if we're sharing the load, we can continue on. Any one person doing it is just going to burn out. We each have a role, but we shouldn't expect ourselves to do everything all the time, nor should we expect ourselves to do everything or anything expertly, right? If we wait until we're experts, we might wait forever, right? We become we get better with practice. So making the effort really is what counts here. So now we come on to breathe. Now we might think of breathe as a verb rather than a principle, but it's so much more than just an action. And it's certainly something more than just an involuntary one, right? And breathing is involuntary. It's our body's automatic intelligence. Without even thinking about, we don't have to be conscious. Our body knows to take in air and to exhale. That's something that we do from the moment we enter into this incarnation until our very last breath. Now we know, or if we don't, I'm here to tell you that we can go a couple of weeks without food. We can go up to 4 days without water or any hydration, but we can only go a few minutes without air. That's how precious and important it is. That's how precious and important our breathing is. It is breath entering and leaving our bodies that ensures that we remain alive. It's basic stuff, but sometimes when we really bring this to consciousness, it can like blow the mind. So breathing is the first principle of the last third of this compass, which is loving ourselves. And it's interesting, I think, the trajectory to see that first, our first part, the first compass, part of the compass, was to learn to love others. Then we moved on to learning our opponents. And now we're first coming around to learn to love ourselves. And I think that's because now that we know what we are up to, we realize that we need to tend to ourselves as well. So that's where the self-love comes in. Also, sometimes, not always, but sometimes we can cultivate our own self-love so much that it might be at the expense of others around us. So I think it's interesting the way that compass went around. And now we're at this last third when we're starting to look at how we can love ourselves. Valerie says that, all these great leaders, Gandhi, King, Mandela, they all taught about loving our opponents, but they didn't teach us how to love ourselves. Valerie says that loving ourselves is a feminist intervention. I love that. And it's not self-indulgent, really, to love ourselves. But loving ourselves, she says, is a form of political warfare, so we can be strong for the good fight. Now, I don't care for the words political warfare. I don't like analogies very much at all because I don't like war at all, although she is a social justice activist, and so it makes sense, and I understand why she would use them. For me, and from a spiritual perspective, I would say that self-love is a form of spiritual fitness. That spiritual fitness is what will hold us when we find ourselves in troubled times, when we find ourselves in things that are chaotic and the ground underneath us doesn't feel very stable. So in revolutionary love, breath or breathe is defined as the practice of taking deep, slow breaths to create spaciousness in your life, to slow down, to care for your body, mind, and spirit, to be present to emotion, sensation, to be present to ourselves, to one another, and to the world. So we can see that the principle of breathe is not only the act of inhaling and exhaling, but it's also the act of taking like a breather, giving ourselves a bit of a pause when things are chaotic. And it's that pause where we restore. So if you would, I'll ask you to close your eyes and go within. Got a pretty simple meditation today. And sure enough, it's going to be to breathe and to bring our awareness to our breath. So if you would, start by exhaling. Empty your lungs and empty them completely until there is nothing left. And then very gently, very slowly, as gently and slowly as you can, begin to inhale. And keep it slow. And inhale until your lungs are filled to capacity and there is no more room before you slowly and gently begin to exhale again. And I'll ask you to do this a few times at your own pace. And what I'd like you to do is to really tune into how it feels to be breathing, the fact that you are breathing, which makes it conscious breathing, and to stay as slow as you can, to do it as slowly as you can, to empty your lungs completely and fill them completely, slowly, gently, and consciously. So we'll just do that for a moment or two. And keep breathing. And you might notice as you do this that when you do it this slowly, you're actually taking more breath than you're used to taking. You might find that your exhale wants to be faster than your inhale. See if you can pace them evenly. And then as you're breathing, Valerie tells us that our breath, our conscious breathing, helps us to be present to different things. So I'm going to ask you to become present to your own emotional state right now. What is it that you are feeling emotionally? It might not just be one thing. We're complex humans. It could be a tangle or a tumble of more than one. Tune in to find out what it is that you are feeling emotionally and just keep breathing through it. In fact, let your breath heighten your awareness of your emotional state right now. Good. And now tune into any sensations that you are feeling. What the seat underneath you feels like. Is it cushioned? Is it a hard wooden chair? Are you on the ground somewhere on the earth? The clothes on your body, how do they feel on your body? What's the temperature in the air? Is there a scent in the air? Like tune into your senses and the sensation, and also the sensation of your belly expanding as you inhale and contracting as you exhale. Feel your body in space as you breathe. In this way, you, or all of us, have brought our attention to ourselves, what we feel like in time and space, right here, right now. And so now as you continue to breathe, and even though this is a virtual meeting, tune into everyone else who's here with us. Those we might know or can see on the Zoom, or if you are with someone else watching the YouTube, or later on, if you're by yourself or listening to the podcast, tune into those with you or nearby, those in your life that you love. As you breathe, inhale your awareness of those you love. And then one more. Let's use our breath now to tune in to the world, to the state of our world. We know that that is big, and we know that it's complex. Some of it is beautiful, some of it is not. See if just by breathing deeply, you can expand your awareness and your presence to the world. Good, and then take one more deep cleansing breath. And then gently open your eyes and come back here. It's a simple thing, really, to breathe, isn't it? But when we do it consciously, and if we choose to make our conscious breathing part of our spiritual practice, that can really become enhanced and support us even more. We're used to breathing very shallowly. And in these times, we're often bracing for impact. And what we usually do is we hold our breath, thinking it's going to make us stronger, instead of taking as deep breath as we can, bringing in that oxygen, helping us think, helping us imagine, helping us stay aware and conscious. Choosing to love ourselves by consciously breathing every day is a way to affirm our worth. I'm going to say that again. Choosing to love ourselves by consciously breathing every day. So that might mean that your spiritual practice first thing in the morning, let's say, is to take 2 or 3 deep conscious breaths, which means the whole time you're doing it, that's all you're thinking about. Now I'm inhaling, now I'm exhaling. It can take like less than 30 seconds. That can be a spiritual practice. But doing that is a way to love yourself. And that is affirming your self-worth. This breathlessness that we have gotten used to, it's tied to our self-worth. Valerie tells us we don't have to work so hard and so long that we forget to breathe like that. We don't have to make ourselves suffer in order to serve. We don't have to grind our bones down to nothing. We don't have to cut our lives into pieces and give ourselves away until there is nothing left. We don't have to let despair take us down and keep us there to show how much we care. These are lies. These are myths that we have told ourselves, that we should keep working. And the more we work, the better. And the more productive we are, the better. And we don't care about us, care about everybody else, and care about everything else. And this loving ourselves is so crucial, right? That's the put the mask on you before the other person on the plane. It's just what needs to happen. And it's interesting to think of it in terms of self-love, right? We belong to a community or communities, which is part of a broader movement of healing and reordering the world. Our lives have value. We have value. We are valuable. We are needed, and we are needed to last. And so we must breathe. By loving ourselves, we love our community. By breathing life into ourselves, we remain a strong, present part of our community. If each of us did that, it would be a strong, present community, and then there's nothing we can't handle. You know, the principle of breath, as I said before, is both the breath that we take, deep, slow, and conscious, and is also the time we take in our lives to be present. It's when we take time to be present. And time is not something that's given to you. It's something you have to take. As we all know, in our busy lives, with one thing after the next, after the next, after the next, if we don't choose to take the time, no one's going to say, here, take this time. It's just go, 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 go. It is the rest in between action, and it is so necessary for the long haul. Valerie tells us, and I love this, that loving only ourselves is escapism. Loving only our opponents is self-loathing. Loving only others is ineffective. We need all three for love to be revolutionary. So that long haul that we are breathing for, that long haul, that space in between actions where we remember to breathe and love ourselves and take care of ourselves. What is it all for? Well, it's for the highest good of all, of course. It's for fairness and for equality. And it is for, perhaps most of all, liberty, our liberty, sweet liberty. Take it away, Reza.
I am an old man now. I like it on my porch. My lady is beside me here, and she's holding up her torch. She wears a crown of spiky lights, a gown that looks like sheets. She's led me through the darkest night. I worship at her feet, sweet liberty, sweet liberty, sweet liberty. I met her at a souvenir store in the city of New York. She must have been what I was looking for, 'cause when I saw her, I popped my cork. She stood so brazen in her beauty and her arms, so I paid the little Asian man, and he put her in my arms. Sweet liberty, sweet liberty, sweet liberty. The man who drove our taxi wore a turban for a hat. It was hard for me to relax. See, I'd never been around anybody like that. But he smiled and warmly shook my hand when he saw my pretty date. And he told me that he loved her too. I began to relate. Sweet liberty, sweet liberty, sweet liberty. Now I must admit, I had lust for her in my heart, and wanted her for my family and my friends, and to somehow keep her apart from those huddled masses yearning to breathe free. But she said if she could not belong to them too, then she would not belong to me. Sweet liberty, sweet liberty, sweet liberty. she whispers something French in my ear. Then I must remember that she's not really from here, but from some high exalted place. God imbues with a sense of justice for all mankind, and what we just must not lose sweet liberty. Sweet liberty, sweet liberty. She's from some high exalted place that God has imbued with a sense of justice for all mankind, but we just must not lose sweet liberty. Liberty, sweet liberty. We just must not lose sweet liberty. What so proudly we hailed sweet liberty. Ooh. Oh,
Thank you.
Judith, I screwed it up. I screwed it up so many places. I hope
No,
hope
it was
wasn't too bad.
awesome. No, it was awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you so much. That was just wonderful. So, my friends, may our loving in a revolutionary fashion bring wholeness and healing. May it strengthen us for the reimagining of the narrative of these times. May we breathe in peace and breathe out love, and may we be grateful for every breath we take. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Teresa. And the website was put in the chat also. It's teresachaduri.com. And that's where you can find all of her magnificent music. And I understand she's working on, there's got a whole bunch of new songs I haven't heard yet. Can't wait for them to come out. And thank you again so very much. So this is where we open up the floor for our community prayers. And if you have a prayer that you would like to speak, then use the little feature, raise your hand, and Mari will call on you. And when you're finished with your prayer, say blessed be, and then we'll move on to the next person. No prayers today? Silent prayers today? All right, then let's just take like another few seconds of silence. We'll all say our prayers in our own hearts that we are praying together. May all our prayers, spoken and unspoken, be heard and answered. Blessed be.
Blessed be. So it is.
So this is where we would pass our love offering baskets if we were together, and where we ask for your donations in order to keep the Gaia's Temple ministry happening. We rely solely on donations from those who partake of its teachings. We do not have a larger organization that is funding us. This is all about us. We're the ones, we do it, and we keep it going. So what I'll ask you to do is to sometime today go to gaiastemple.org and push the donate button, and please give generously if you would. We're asking our congregation, or just letting everyone know, that if each person who attended the Gaia's Temple services would donate $1 a day, we would be in the flow. Just $1 a day. That would be ideal. So if you would like to make that sort of pledge and automate your donations, that would be so wonderful and deeply, deeply appreciated. And also to let you know that as an organization, Gaia's Temple tithes 10% of whatever comes into our love offering baskets on the day of the service. So today, July 10th, 2022, if you make a donation today, 10% of that will go to this month. We, of course, are giving our tithe to Planned Parenthood to support everything that needs to be supported more than ever right here, right now. And when we pass those love offering baskets, we always sing. So, Mari, go ahead and put up the slide with our lyrics to the song. We'll sing this twice through. Here we go. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. So, as Karina asked at the beginning, we hope you will stay for some fellowship after the service. I would like to ask you to please plan to join us at our next service, which will be on August 14th. And then I have some wonderful people to thank for their contributions to Gaia's Temple today. As always, we thank our beautiful ancestor, Shauna Carroll, for our opening song. We thank Oriel Lighton for the So Love chant. I'd like to thank Mari Budlong, our tech goddess, who we would not be able to do this service without her. Thank you so much, Mari. To Pamela Gerke for singing us in and out. In a moment, Pamela is going to sing out the elements too, so we can close our circle. Thank you so much, Pam, for all of your beauty and dedication to Gaia's Temple. And to the magnificent Teresa Taduri for those two gorgeous songs. Thank you so much for saying yes every time I tap on your shoulder. I'm just so grateful, and I love you dearly. All right, so I have a closing thought, and then we will release the elements. So this closing thought is a poem, and perfectly, it's called Breathe, and it's by Lynn Unger, and it goes like this. Breathe, said the wind. How can I breathe at a time like this when the air is full of smoke from burning leaves and burning lives? Just breathe, the wind insisted. Easy for you to say, if the weight of injustice is not wrapped around your throat, cutting off all air. I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe. Don't tell me to be calm when there are so many reasons to be angry, so much cause for despair. I didn't say to be calm, said the wind. I said to breathe. We are going to need a lot of air to make this hurricane together. Blessed be. All right, Pam, lead us in singing out those elements, and then we'll sing our final song. Thank you.
To the north in the element earth. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. To the west, the element water. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. To the south, the element fire. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. To the east, in the element air. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. To the center space, all that is above, all that is below, we thank you and release you. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Pam. All right, we'll sing our final song. Here we go. The circle is open and unbroken. May the love of the goddess go in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be, blessed be. Blessed be. Thank you so much, everyone.